Good afternoon, welcome to a sun-kissed Monza for round one of the Ferrari Challenge for 2014, and we're into the second races for each of our categories, the TropheoPirelli and the Coppa Shell. It's the TropheoPirelli we're going to see first as we see the calendar, which is a great one this year. Mugello, Bueno, Portimao, Silverstone, Istanbul, and the Finale Mondiale in Abu Dhabi in December. What a season of Ferrari Challenge racing we have in prospect, and if it's anything like the tease and tempt that we had with the first two races yesterday, we're in for a great one. So you can see the cars assembling, heading towards the grid, and you can see the heat haze on your screen. Unlike yesterday, which was reasonably humid, today is the same, but with bright sunshine as well. That's where we are then, Monza. Just a guess, maybe 30 minutes from central Milan, or 25 minutes from the San Siro Stadium, which, courtesy of my colleague alongside me, I was at last night. And there, the expectant fans are waiting for the TropheoPirelli race action to get underway here on this 5.7 kilometre Monza circuit that always forms the traditional season opener for the Ferrari Challenge. Now, the grid lineup for this race has been affected by yesterday's race. I'll explain more in just a moment. There you can see track temperature 32 degrees, air temperature 21. One of the rules in the Ferrari Challenge is that you get a handicap for your success, which means that you can be pushed down the grid for your next race. We're at Monza. Let's have a look. So, as I was mentioning, you do get handicapped for your success in the next race, and that's meant grid drops for the likes of Stefano Guy, Dario Carzo, and Philippe Baron in the Pro category, and in the AM category it means grid drops for Giacomo Strata, for Thomas Kukuchka, and Ezequiel Perez Companc as well. There is Daniel D'Amato, who starts this race on pole. His father is the chap there, Renato D'Amato. Now, Renato and Daniel used to share a car, but now Daniel out on his own. And here is the grid then for this race 2 in TropheoPirelli. Daniel D'Amato, who we just saw there, is pole. Alongside him is Studenic. Then we see dark horse for this race, in my opinion, from Stratstone Ferrari, run by FF Corsa. That's Sam Smith, P3. Alexander Moisev is P4 on the grid. Then we move down the rows and we see the relegated Philippe Baron, relegated because of his success yesterday. Then Alex Martin, P6. David Gosner, winner of the Coppa Shell category and championship last year, is P7, with Florian Merckx, the Kessel racing driver, is P8 on the grid. As we've done the first 4 rows, let's move down. Dario Carzo also getting a success penalty for yesterday. He's 9. Then it's Giannone. Stefano Guy, victorious yesterday. He's taken the max and he's back further down the order than perhaps he'd like to be. Then it's Pergel, Alexis de Bernardi, Alessandro Vessoni. There's Ezequiel Perez Companc there in P16 on the grid. We've done the first 8 rows of what is a packed TropheoPirelli grid. Jakubik, Roca, Socio del Pret, and there's Kukuchka back there, and Gitlin, Joseph Jakubik, and Gadri, and Vanko, with Tkach, Kalin, and Palkra bringing up the rear. Okay, so I've been alluding to the excitement of the race yesterday. Let's take a look at just some of the highlights from that race. So the appropriate thumbs up then from Stefano Guy, who was victorious yesterday. The observant among you may notice that right atop the windscreen, which is the other end of the Sam Smith car that we're looking at the moment, you will see, and as our cameraman goes around there, that he's got a black visor, black denoting the fact that he's an AM driver. And you will see white visors as well right across the top strip of the windscreen. That denotes the pro drivers. So hopefully explain that for you as you look at Alexander Moisev, another one of the AM drivers. Okay, everything is set for race 2. Let's get the race underway. Oh, and that's a great shot from one of our cameramen looking through the, or looking back at the reflection through one of the grandstands here at the famed Monza circuit, the 5.79 kilometre circuit, as we look at Philippe Baron. And there, it's a great shot of the steering wheel, of course, with the prancing horse in the middle. There's Alex Martin, the Dextra Racing driver, running with a different team this year, running with the Motor Piacenza team, as opposed to FF Corsa, who both he and his father Rupert, who runs in the Copa Show category, were with last year. What a great sight that is. And from our forward-facing camera of Dario Carzo. Dario Carzo, P3 in race 1 yesterday. Rearward facing from Alex Martin, and then this fabulous camera, which is actually mounted on the splitter of Philippe Baron's car. The splitter and the rear wing that you can see on the back of the 458, part of the Evo changes for 2014, which has quite dramatically changed, according to the drivers, the feel of the 458 and the performance of it. Not necessarily here at Monza, where the extra aerodynamics don't necessarily work as well as they will at places like Silverstone and Mugello, and we'll see what an effect they have, perhaps more defined at those circuits. So Marshall's getting everything ready, and very, very shortly the Hublot safety car will be away, and shortly thereafter the cars will follow for their formation lap, and this 30-minute race will be underway. D'Amato, Studenic, Smith, Moisev occupying the front 2 rows of the grid. So there goes the Hublot safety car right on cue. Marvellous sound of that 4,400cc power plant that drives these 458s. And we will await a green flag from the marshals that will allow the cars to go off on their formation lap. We have that. D'Amato ever eager and is away. So the cars will weave from side to side to try and build a bit of temperature into those Pirelli tyres before this race gets underway. So this, the TropheoPirelli category. Here are all the social media graphics. If you'd like to be involved, we'd love you to be involved. All on screen for you right now. Facebook.com/Ferrari. And of course, CorsaClienti.com. So, TropheoPirelli category, and 2 classes of driver within the TropheoPirelli category, the AM driver and the pro drivers. And right at the end of the race, we'll see 2 podiums, one for pros and one for AMs. And following the race yesterday, the points chart, well, Stefano Guy leads the pro category, and Giacomo Strata leads the AM category. Very, very early days, of course, because it's right at the very start of the season. Good to see people here enjoying the sunshine and enjoying the race. We hope that it's about to get underway. So Daniel D'Amato it is in the all-orange car. Then we see Studenich all red. Then it's sort of yellow-black for Sam Smith. And again, more of the race fans expectant here for the Ferrari Challenge weekend at Monza. I seem to recall that we've always been blessed with very, very good weather here at Monza for the opening round. That hasn't always been the case elsewhere. Those places where you think it's going to be unbroken sunshine. I remember once in qualifying at Valencia, absolutely torrential rain, which brought a qualifying session to an abrupt close. But don't worry about that now, because we've got good temperature, good sunshine, and great racing ahead of us. This is a fantastic shot from the splitter cam on board Philippe Barron's car. We look back right now from Alex Martin's 458 as he revs it and goes through that sequential gearbox. Dario Carzo with his normal workman-like approach to warming the tyres. There's Renato D'Amato looking on. Danielle's father. So the Hublot safety car with the lights ablaze looks a stunning sight at the head of this grid of 458s. Now the Hublot safety car will peel off and it will be down to the front row of the grid. D'Amato and Studenich to pace the remainder of this formation lap as we'll head towards the gantry and the lights. We'll throw the lights up in the top left-hand corner of your screen as if by magic. There they are, all red for now. They go green. Let's go racing. Race 2 in the TropheoPirelli Ferrari Challenge. So they're heading up towards the chicane, which can be the scene of so much carnage. Moiseff and Smith alongside each other. Alex Martin trying to find a way through. Bounces and rumbles over those rumble strips, but D'Amato it is that leads. From Studenich, there's some dust being kicked up at the back there. Someone's off, a bonnet has gone. That flies across the track. But it doesn't appear that in that first chicane we've lost any drivers, which is great to see. Look at Philippe Barron making a real move in the white car. The first white car there, car number 91. So it looked like Alex Martin's up to P4. Has got past Alexander Moiseff. And an incident happening just, we missed the tail end of it. Our director is brilliant, and therefore we get straight into it. That's Alexis Di Bernardi, I think, who's gone round the Kessel Racing driver, but he gets out of the gravel and he's back on track again. But that's pushed him right to the back of the pack. So D'Amato, Studenich, then it's Smith, then it's Alex Martin, then it's Philippe Barron up to P5 already. There's bits and pieces falling off the back of Alexis Di Bernardi's car. Here comes Stefano Guy, diving up the inside of Florian Merckx. Stefano Guy victorious yesterday, and because of that victory, took a maximum grid penalty for today. The penalty system works so very well in the Ferrari Challenge. Really livens up the grid. So it is D'Amato from Studenich, from Smith, from Martin. And Martin's got Philippe Barron for company right on his tail as they head towards the chicane. So go through Smith. In P3. Here's a replay of the start then, and there you can see the Dextra car of Alex Martin. Philippe Barron there just getting a tug as well. It's Ezequiel Perez-Companc who's lost the bonnet of that car that we saw rattling all over the track there. This in replay once again, a great shot of Alex Martin's Dextra car there going over those rumble strips at the chicane. Boy, that must hurt. And there is Ezequiel Perez Compact's bonnet going for a Burton. That was Alexis Di Bernardi then. Ended up in the gravel with the rear panel flapping around. And in replay, that's Florian Merckx being passed. But now we go live. And we're on board with Philippe Baron and that splitter cam. So at some point then, that was earlier because Baron is way up the order now in P5. There's Raffaele Giannoni. We're just seeing that splitter cam. At that point, Baron was behind Moisev, which must have been a while ago, because Baron is up to P4. Dario Carzo now on Alexander Moisev. And this indeed, there's Alexander Moisev, and this is a replay of Carzo's move, executed really rather elegantly by Dario Carzo. So Baron then is flying, is just set a 1:52.476, and he's on the tail now of the UK driver Sam Smith. Baron a pro driver, Smith an AM driver in the AM category. Smith is leading that and is P3 on the road. But it's only a question of time, surely, before Baron will pounce. Daniel D'Amato trying to get up the road if he can, as out goes David Gadri. So Gadri out into the gravel. He's not going to recover from that. The car is too far in. Marshals will supervise him out of the car. Here's our race leader, Daniel D'Amato. P2, Studenic. P3, Philippe Baron has got past Sam Smith. Then, in P5, it's Dario Carzo. There in replay was the spinning 48 car of David Gadri. And this is how Philippe Baron got past Sam Smith. I think that was a really intelligent piece of driving, really, from Sam Smith in not trying to defend too hard. And also out is one of the Scuderia Praha cars. Let's say that is Jakubik. As we go back to the front of the pack, D'Amato now with 1.5 second margin over Studenic, but he will know that Baron is chasing hard. There's Baron going through P3, there's Sam Smith P4. So all new orange livery for Daniel D'Amato this year. Did half wonder whether Renato, his father, would race separately perhaps in the Coppichelle category, but not so. Preferring to focus on support for Daniel. And just look, Baron now very nearly on the back of Studenic. This is the next battle that's going to happen in Baron's quest to get up the road and get after Daniel D'Amato. We've got 23 minutes left of the race to run. Carzo sets the fastest lap. Brilliant stuff from Dario Carzo. He, of course, is chasing down Sam Smith. Carzo currently 5th. Smith is 4th. There's your third place driver. That's Philippe Baron right there in car number 91. So in replay here, as cars go either side of Alex Martin, who is down there now, way down the order. Meantime, Baron, look at this, he's in the toe, and he's going to try and do Studenic into the chicane. This could be harem-scarum stuff. Studenic and Baron. Baron probably doing the right thing there and just yielding to Studenic. I don't think he was far enough alongside to be able to make that challenge. Nor is he close enough to be able to go the long way around the outside of the Curva Grande. But he is once again right on his back bumper, trying to find a way through. Through the second chicane they go. And Barron tries for a different line, and once again, as they head up towards Lesmo 1, Philip Barron doing his level best to get past Studenic here. Studenic really having to defend hard, but he's doing so fairly and squarely. Of course, this, to a degree, is playing into the hands of Daniel D'Amato, who's now 1.8 seconds up the road, and there is a retirement, disappointing retirement for Alex Martin. And this replay, something just let go with the car once again. I mean, he had car troubles yesterday, so it's not been a brilliant weekend for Alex Martin. And that a replay of Philip Barron then, who just thought discretion was the better part of valor going into that chicane. Now though, again, he is pushing Studenic so hard around the final turn 8 here. He's got a better line, he's going to go through, surely. It's going to be a drag race now all the way to the chicane. And who is going to win this? Look at them, they are absolutely neck and neck. This could all end in a heap of Ferrari 458 bits. They both break. Little bit of weaving from Philippe Barron. Is he able to take it? Yes, he is. Well, he engineered and set that move up a long while before it actually happened. Well done to Philip Barron, great overtake, and now he's on the road to pass in and getting close to Daniel D'Amato. So that was awesome to watch and enjoy. And there, Barron had just got his nose in front, but Studenic was fighting back all the way through that chicane. So there is Barron, already opened up a bit of a gap over Studenic. Now he's got his nose in front. Wonder whether Sam Smith will feel the opportunity. And also, Stefano Guy has managed to get past Dario Carzo. So Stefano Guy is on the hunt as well. So lights flashing from Daniel D'Amato. Can only assume that's for backmarking cars that might be ahead of him, but surely not already. Perhaps he's just flashing his lights to fans in the crowd. I suspect not. Oh, Philip Barron with a bit of oversteer there. Just manages to keep the car out of the gravel. It was a backmarking car. And that the Callan car. You can see the blue flag being waved there by the marshal to say faster cars approaching, get out of the way. Hold your line. Sam Smith there with the P1 alongside that graphic. That basically means that he is leading the AM category in the two categories that are in TropheoPirelli, the pro drivers and the AM drivers. We've got pro drivers 1, 2, 3 on track at the moment. D'Amato, Barron and Studenic. Then Smith is the first of the AMs to show. And then it is Stefano Guy who's up to P5. And closing in on Smith at some rate at the moment. Now bear in mind, Stefano Guy started down there on the 6th row of the grid. He's been driving like an absolute demon. It's his home track here at Monza. Really impressed here yesterday, taking the win. And it's safe to say that he'd like to get a podium out of this race as well. Let's see if he can do that. Just saw Florian Merckx, there he is, in the all-white 88 car. Cassel Racing driver. Interestingly, 152 for Philippe Barron, the fastest lap. There is Alexander Moisev with the Kaspersky logo on his car. He's coming under some pressure now from both Giacomo Strata, and Strata gets past David Gosner. David Gosner, the victor in the Copa Shell category and championship last year, is passed by Giacomo Strata, who also drove well in race 1. He's flashing his lights now like anything at Alexander Moisev ahead of him, but Moisev is in this race. He's not going to just yield. Why should he? So Giacomo's going to have to try and find a way through and round. As we see that Ezequiel Perez compact car, bonnetless, off into the runoff area. So that's how Strata got past David Gosner in replay. And another retirement, this time for Vadim Gitlin. And there is Vadim out of the car. There was Dario Carzo just going through before we see Florian Merckx right now. And this battle is the back end of Stratus just steps out a little bit on the exit of that chicane. Around the Curve Grande they go now. And this is battle for third position in the Moisev, Strata, Gosner. All of those AM drivers, of course. Oh, and Moisev decides not to take the chicane at all. Monga's just going straight on. Now, you can see what an advantage that's given him. Ah, well, nothing if not entertaining. D'Amato leading the race. Barron in second place. Studenic is P3, then it's Smith P4 and Guy P5. But we're watching this battle. Which is the battle between Moisev there in the Kaspersky car, you can see. Then it's Giacomo Strata, and then it's Gosner. Now, the reason Moisev has got a little bit of an advantage over Strata at the moment is because he chose to go straight on at a chicane and not use it at all. Jacques will soon be back on his tail, I feel sure. Gosner sticking with him, though. So D'Amato, Barron, Studenic, Smith, Guy, Carzo, the top 6 in the race. Then we get to Merckx and the Moisev, Strata, Gosner battle that we have been watching, which has spread out a bit now, as you can see. There's Alexander Moisev. Turns in for the chicane, so does Giacomo Strata, although Strata shortcuts it on this occasion. Doesn't get anything like the advantage Moisev did last time around, though. Just over half distance in the race that's being led and has been led from the off by Daniel D'Amato. But Philippe Barron up to P2 and is last time around 1.6 seconds behind D'Amato. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that he can get on terms with him. Well, we saw Ezequiel Perez compact going off the circuit a while ago. We can just see him at the back of the screen there that he's still on the track. A warning going out to Alexander Moisev regarding track limits, and Giacomo Strata's gone. So Giacomo Strata, who was really a huge part of that AM battle that was going on, his car is done. And here in replay, now I suspect that potentially he damaged something when he went over those rumble strips, maybe. Just trying to see if he'd got a deflated tyre there, front end. But whatever caused it is out of the race now. Looks like that driver's side rear was punctured, and that probably brought about by the shortcut over the curbs. As I was saying just as we were watching that non-respect of track limits being warned to Alexander Moisev, and now we've got Carzo, Guy and Smith all in battle here. There is Dario Carzo, Stefano Guy, Sam Smith and Dario Carzo battling it out there. And Sam Smith under pressure now from Stefano Guy. Round the Curva Grande they go, braking hard. Stefano Oh, we can see some gravel being kicked up there. And Guy is trying every which way he can to try and find a line on Sam Smith. And Sam is, well, defending. And Stefano is almost in the back panel. Smith doing everything he can. Dario Carzo standing by to pick up any of the pieces. Look at this line, 3 of them almost joined together. What brilliant racing. And Guy, with a great move there, gets the job done, but brilliant driving from Sam Smith as well in trying to defend his position. Now, I wonder whether Dario Carzo's overtake will be quite as crystal clear-cut as Stefano Guy's was. Oh, here in replay then. Stefano just set that up. That was just a little nudge there, wasn't there, to say I ain't coming. There we can see it from a different angle. And perfect manoeuvre by Stefano Guy. So black and white warning flag as Carzo now is alongside Smith going into the chicane. So now Dario's the sort that will hang it on the outside around Curva Grande if Smith will give him the room to do it. Let's see. Carzo's right on him, but not close enough to be able to do that. Now this is I think it's probably the 3rd time that Sam Smith has raced in the Ferrari Challenge. He was in at Le Mans last year. He certainly did the last round at Mugello. Doesn't have the Ferrari Challenge experience that Dario Carzo or Stefano Guy has, but he's doing a great job out there. The only drivers that have passed him are pro drivers, and he in the AM category. Raced in the Ferrari Open in the UK last year. A bit of a misty onboard camera from Dario Carzo, reliving the action from live on his car. Just look how Guy has got on terms with Studenich after he has managed to get past Sam Smith. Is Dario going to go for a go now? He is close. So Dario right alongside Sam Smith. Dario trying to find a way off of turn 8. Now it's the long drag down to the first chicane. Dario uses the toe from the rear of Sam Smith's car. Which way will he go? So there is Carzo. There'll be some lively braking now as the door mirrors touch. Carzo manages just to hold on. He's squeezing Smith, but he's gone through. I did say it may not be quite the textbook overtake that Stefano Guy did, but he gets the job done. Well done, Dario Carzo, who elevates himself up to P5 now. Here it is in replay from our slightly foggy onboard camera. Oh, he really had to scrub some speed off, and well, at that point, for him to turn in and make that chicane was remarkable. Look, because he goes off, but tidies it up and brings it back in. Many others wouldn't have bothered. They'd have just bounced over the rumble strips. So fair play to Dario Carzo as we see retirement for Florian Merckx. Can see Florian wandering about the track there. Ah, that looks like a blowout, I would say. Whether the tyre was damaged, it's the driver's side rear. So Merckx has managed to get the car to safety, but more can be said for Florian, who was wandering off towards the circuit when we saw her on camera just a moment ago. Meanwhile, out front, here's Daniel D'Amato, who's six tenths ahead of Barron, who is slowly, well, as I say that, this time now, Barron has taken another couple of tenths out of Daniel D'Amato because the gap is just 4 tenths, 4.31. So Barron with 7 minutes remaining clearly has a target ahead of him. That target is orange. And beyond that orange target, it's black and white, the checkered flag that Philip Barron wants to take. Back marking Nikita Kalin car. D'Amato knows he's being chased. He took more curb there than I've seen him take in the last 30 minutes or so. He knows he's under pressure. Barron on an absolute charge. Was up on the podium yesterday. Wants to take the win today rather than just a podium. And it's Daniel D'Amato that's preventing him from doing that at the moment. David Gosner now on Alexander Moisev. It's the battle for P2 in the AM category between Moisev and that man, David Gosner. Here's Stefano Guy and Studenic now. Stefano Guy is currently P4. Another podium here at his home track would be brilliant for Stefano Guy, as the back-marking car is avoided by both. There's a black flag. That's Barron. That's Barron is out. So we're seeing the Barron car fall in there. That looks like a puncture. Blowout there. Now that's interesting, because something that the drivers have been saying to me in conversations I've had in the garages is with that rear wing, as we see another one now, and that's Studenic. The drivers have been saying to me that the additional pressure on that left rear, because of the rear wing, is really pushing the pressure down on that, and if you're taking lots of curbs and being really aggressive, wonder if that, that'll be talked about. Well, now, Daniel D'Amato can afford not to have to take too much curb, because he is 13 seconds up the road from what is going to be Stefano Guy now. And there you can see the Octane 126 team. Barron will be livid. He will be livid. Well, Dario Carzo and Stefano Guy back on the podium. So this now is the battle for second position. And there you can see Studenic is trying to nurse that back to the pit lane. Must be running jolly near on the rim, I should think, by now. And of course what that's doing is right in the mix there. And this was when that tyre let go for Philip Barron. There you can see it. And for Studenic, right on the start-finish straight. Whoa, lots of drama towards the end of this race. What have we got? 3.5 minutes left. The order now as Gosner. He's fallen way back. There's Ezequiel Perez Companc, who lost the bonnet of his car some time ago. So dropping down the order there was David Gosner, who was challenging for P2, I think it was, in the AM category. He's out of it now. So something wrong with the Gosner car, maybe. What have we got? On track, D'Amato, Guy, Carzo are the 1, 2, 3 in the race. And there is Carzo. They're also 1, 2, 3 in the pro category. And like yesterday, the next three, which are P4, 5 and 6 on the road, are actually 1, 2, 3 in the AMs. It's Smith, Moisev and Ezequiel Perez Companc, as Dario gets a bit wayward there. Smith wasn't on the podium yesterday, but we have 3 AM drivers all line astern, as well as 3 pro drivers. So with 2.5 minutes left to run, this race has been dramatic, to say the least. We've still got rubber chucked all over the track there. Now Perez Companc is going to have a go at Moisev. This is the battle for second position in the AM category. And Ezequiel Perez Companc clearly wants P2 rather than P3. And good on him. So there is Studenic. And we're on the last lap. And Studenic, his tyre is changed and he'll get back out there. But here is our overall race leader, Daniel D'Amato, who was coming under, to be fair, enormous pressure from Philippe Barron. Sadly, Philippe Barron's tyre couldn't keep the pressure in and exploded. Which means that Daniel D'Amato is on his own now with some 11 seconds advantage over Stefano Guy. Leading the AM category is Sam Smith here. And what a result it'll be for Sam. So hoping he can put a package together to complete and to compete in all the Ferrari Challenge races across Europe. D'Amato then 11.5 seconds up the road from Stefano Guy, who's going to take P2 theoretically. Dario Carzo P3. There's the rubber that's left in the circuit that I mentioned, and the David Gostner car on the left hand side there was parked up in safety. That car obviously letting go in the later stages of this race. So, well, the team are going to be delighted. The Motor Piacenza team going to be delighted with Daniel D'Amato. Another one of the successful Piacenza team. Checkered flag beckons for him in that really distinctive colour scheme that is chosen for this year. Won't be to everyone's taste, but he loves it and it's working well for him as he crosses or goes down the final turn, crosses the line and takes the win. Daniel D'Amato wins race 2 in Monza. Sam Smith in car number 92 then is going to take the win for the AM category as Carzo has got past Stefano Guy. Guy with an exploded tyre as well. Well, Guy just manages to hold on to a podium and get across the start-finish line to take the checkered flag. He loses a place and is actually stopped right opposite our commentary booth at the exit of the pit lane. But well done to Sam Smith, who wins the AM category. Wow, what an exciting race. Now, I'm trying to see whether that rear has exploded because it's what it looked like. And Stefano Guy is, as we speak, you can't see this on camera, sadly, or on screen, he's walking down the pit lane now, saying, well, my job's done. I've got a podium. Well done, Stefano. But well done to this man, Daniel D'Amato. Also to Sam Smith then, who's taking the AM category win. And here a replay then of the checkered flag coming down for Daniel D'Amato. And there's Daniel's father Renato, absolutely thrilled to bits with his son's success. Careful you don't fall out there, friend. And he's enjoying his trip around now. And Perez Companc did get past Moisev. So much going on, we probably didn't see that. But that was a race that was littered with lots going on from start to finish. So Daniel D'Amato really enjoying this. Dario Carso also, and Sam Smith. Great result for him. And there everyone makes their way down the pit lane to welcome them into Parc Fermé. There's Dario with his hand out of the window. Sam Smith waving also. Ezequiel Perez compact then. And there you can see Stefano Guy's car for the first time. That's where he parked it up. Nonchalantly got out of the car and walked down the pit lane. Thankfully he managed to salvage third place, but was pipped by Dario Carzo. So Ezequiel then makes his way to Parc Fermé. Here's Dario Carzo. And here's the classification for you then. The race overall won by Daniel D'Amato with Carzo second, Guy in third place. Then it was Smith, Perez compact, Moisev, Pergol, who we didn't mention in the race, up to P7, Giannoni, Vezzoni and Kukuchka. Then Jakovic, Roca, Socio del Pret, Vanco, Tkach, and then De Bernardi. And of course Philip Barron, Studnic, Gosner and Kalin, all with their own problems in having to dive in and get tyres changed. And there's Daniel D'Amato being congratulated by Renata. So great result for Daniel D'Amato. The Motor Piacenza team, run of course by Amato Ferrari. There's Dario Carzo, the Rosso Corsa Pelin driver. Lovable bloke, he really is, Dario. And delight from Danielle. And there is Sam Smith. What a race it was, full of incident, full of drama. Here come the highlights then of race 1. Race 2, rather, in the Ferrari Challenge TropheoPirelli, but it was race 1 for Sunday as the lights went green, and it was the drag down to the chicane for these drivers. Well, Alex Martin taking an unorthodox route over the rumble strips as Ezequiel Perez compact loses his bonnet, and, well, around goes Alexis De Bernardi. He managed to get back on the track, and the bonnet from Ezequiel Perez compact was saved. This splitter cap from Philippe Barron as he passes Sam Smith, and the delight of the team as Barron was making his way up the order like a hot knife through butter. So too Giacomo Strata, although that dented his progress completely as he had to retire the car. Damage caused probably by going over those rumble strips. Stefano Guy was another man on a complete charge. He too getting past as many as he could, but this was going to be the fight to the finish between D'Amato, who led from the start, and then Philip Barron's tyre let go. His challenge was all over. Studenic, well, he lost pressure from the same wheel, so Daniel D'Amato took a comfortable checkered flag. What a race. Race 2 in TropheoPirelli. So the crowd look on, awaiting the podium to come. And there is the pro classification. D'Amato, Carzo, Guy, then Pergol, Barron, Studnic, and Alex Martin, P7. And in the AM category, Sam Smith, Ezequiel Perez compact, Moisev. Stand by, let's go up to the podium. So the Evo version of the 458, which is what we're seeing this year, and the new Evo kit definitely triggering a new learning curve for the drivers, as well as for the race technicians, and of course Pirelli as well, and demonstrably so in that race too. Interesting. Everyone will be looking at the data, but Still think a lot of it is down to driver, you know, and how much curb they take, but we will see. Be lots of discussions going on in the paddock. There we can see the podium being readied. And I hope Nicoletta is down there for us, who will be bringing us some interviews in both Italian and English language with some of those that are lucky enough to be up on the podium today. So, as I mentioned, Nicoletta is our roving podium reporter.
Siamo qui con Daniele Diamato, vincitore di gara 2 del Trofeo Pirelli. Uno spunto veramente notevole in partenza e una gara sempre al comando. Congratulazioni. Welcome to Daniele Diamato, the Trofeo Pirelli Race 2 winner. So a great start and on the lead for the entire race.
Yes, è stata una bella gara, una fantastica vittoria. E sono davvero contento. Ieri ero un po' lento,
It's Daniel Diamato.
Sono rimasto un po' dietro, chiudendo in quarta posizione. Oggi è andato tutto bene, ho subito preso un bel distacco e quindi sono contentissimo, è la mia prima vittoria nel Trofeo Pirelli, quindi sono davvero contento. I am very happy and yesterday no good day, no good qualifying, and today great race, and thanks to my sponsor, and very good. Okay.
Abbiamo a Monza un podio veramente speciale, con 3 piloti italiani sul podio. A very special podium here in Monza, 100% Italian.
Sì, questa è la dimostrazione che i piloti italiani sono davvero forti, possono dire la loro anche in Europa e nel resto del mondo, quindi va bene così, siamo in Italia, viva l'Italia. And the race is very good, and the Italian driver is very good, and I'm very happy.
Ti lasciamo al podio. Okay. Thank you very much.
So brilliant here from Daniel Diamato, who, has to be said, is doesn't have English language as a natural tongue, but glad that Daniel had a go at doing an English translation for us there. He's a lovely guy. So too his father Renata. So the Pro Drivers' Championship led by Stefano Guy with Diamato P2 in that championship now. And the podium about to get underway. In fact, it is underway. It's Stefano Guy, Dario Carzo, and now the race winner, Daniel Diamato, up there on the podium. And there's his father, Renata.
I vostri applausi per i vincitori, gli applausi per i vincitori di gara 2, i trofei d'onore sono presentati.
Raphael Giannoni there looking on at the podium. Great camaraderie. And making the trophy presentations then, Stefano Lai, the Senior VP of Ferrari Communications. Makes the presentation to Stefano Guy, then to Dario Carzo, and of course the winner's trophy being reserved for the young superstar that is Daniel Diamato. Of course, all the information about the Ferrari Challenge you can find online at corsaclienti.ferrari.com, as that's Daniel's father Renato receiving that trophy for the team, and there'll be a Pirelli trophy to come as well. Indeed, right on cue, there it comes. Daniel Diamato in receipt of that also. So they all huddle together for the focus of the motorsport media. And okay, let's see who's going to be first in the race with the Champers. By a long margin, it was Stefano Guy. So we have the AM trophy presentation and podium to do, and hopefully an AM interview also, which I suspect will be with Sam Smith, the victor. But let's get some shots of our podium sitters then. Stefano Guy, Dario Carzo, and of course our race winner, Daniele D'Amato. So crowd await the AM podium, which will consist of Sam Smith and Perez Companc and Moisev. As I promised then, Sam Smith hopefully going to be interviewed right now by Nicoletta.
E siamo qui con il vincitore di gara 2 del trofeo Pirelli AM, Sam Smith. Decisamente cominciare il campionato con una vittoria è un buon passo. So here we are with the winner of trofeo Pirelli AM Race 2, Sam Smith. And I would say that starting the championship, winning, is always a good start, isn't it?
Absolutely, I couldn't wish for a better start. Coming into this weekend, we really wanted to look after the car and finishing well is just a bonus. It's absolutely brilliant, so I really enjoyed it.
Ok, ovviamente è molto contento della vittoria di oggi. Iniziare il campionato in questo modo è sempre positivo, e si è impegnato molto durante tutto il weekend e questo è il premio di tanto impegno. Thank you very much. I leave you to the podium. Lasciamo il pilota al podio. Grazie.
See Nicoletta, he was awfully polite and terribly lovely, just as he was at breakfast yesterday morning. Sam Smith done himself a power of good, I would say, this weekend, and just hope that he can find the ability to compete in the rest of the championship this year. Of course, having to travel and transport the car from the UK to Europe, not always easy, but let's hope he can do that as he heads up towards the top step of the podium. Be great to see him in the entire championship. National anthem. Small tear beginning to well in my eye. The sight of the Union flag atop the podium here in Italy. So once again, Stefano Lai, the Senior VP of Communications at Ferrari, making the trophy presentation. First of all to Alexander Moisev. And then to Ezequiel Perez Companc, the young man that stunned us all in Portugal, and he's back for another season. And Sam Smith then, victorious in the AM category. Well done to all three. And of course the Pirelli trophy to be presented also. And as we reflect on what has been a fantastic race, wonder what is going through the minds of the Copa Shell drivers as they've seen tyres expire in the TropheoPirelli race, because a Copa Shell race still to come. And as you can see there on screen, that's happening later this afternoon. For now, bye-bye.